Hello, my name is Taran and welcome to my channel. Today I really wanted to talk about a film that I truly love called Enter the Void. It is quite a controversial film. If you look up the discourse online, you'll see people who love the film think it's high art, think Gaspar Noe is a genius. On the other hand, you'll have people who think it's utter trash, complete pulp, a very kitschy concept that's just there to shock. And you know what? To those people's merit, Gaspar Noe is very similar to those guys who make like slaughtered vomit dolls or some shit, right? Like he's very like a provocateur. But where Gaspar Noe is above them is he has a deep, deep humanity, care for the human race. He has an ethical code as well. He's not just there to shock. He's there to make you feel the sublime. And I think that's what's beautiful about his films, and I really enjoy. And what Enter the Void does, it's a very unique concept. It's a first-person film. So you are this guy who is a drug addict in Japan, and I'm gonna say he, gets a phone call to do a drug deal at this place called the Void. Well, when he does that, all hell breaks loose. It was a setup. The police come and he gets shot. And the rest of the film is the first person of his ghost, his disembodied spirit, whatever you want to call it, flying bird's eye view over the people that he loves and hates. And then it goes into flashbacks, and then it goes into this hypothetical future. Is it the future? We don't really know. It's more of like a dreamscape future, but I think you're kind of led to take from that what you will. Now, the reason I love this film so much is the flashbacks, okay? The flashbacks are done, they're these stark, iconic images of children crying after a car accident. It really hits you. But then there's also just chilling in a park. The type of park and the type of spot that movies never show. Because they're filming it from the back of the head. And that's a genius place, because it doesn't put you in the objective anymore. It puts you into the subjective perspective, right? Where you are him, you know? And everything, it reminds you of the things that are never ever shown on film, but you see every day in your life, and it somehow actualizes them. All these liminal spaces, all these points that are not really important in life, but they're the hangout spots. They're the chill spots that you make up 90% of your life, and it actualizes that. And even more genius, there's this old saying in filmmaking that no one cares about your story, they only care about theirs. So you have to create a reflection of the human life, to try to capture this universal human experience. I think this film does so geniusly. It takes this lullaby soundtrack that you've definitely heard a variation of at some point in your life. Again, it takes place in parks, in the bath, perfectly in the POV behind this child, and it reminds you of these unlocked memories that you forgot about because they're so unimportant. Like it's these unimportant times are those that make you human, and film always focuses on story. And I think I really connect with this film because I feel like I often view my life as a story, or like life as this like plot and adventure that has to be overcome, when really so much of it is those little human moments that you forget about. So anyway, I'm rambling here. And then you got this beautiful wide-angle lens that really kind of gives the aspect ratio of the human eye. The point is, you're locked in. It's reminding you constantly of your own life. And not just that, the pieces of your own life that you forgot about. And it's making them important. It's actualizing them in the way that only art can, right? So what you have is this incredible mirror of a film that's reflecting the universal human experience through this guy that most people have nothing in common with. And I think that's genius. It's part of this theory in psychology called Gestalt theory, where pieces make a whole, right? So you show a shot of an old dusty clock, a shot of pencil shavings on a mantelpiece, and a shot of a mouse. You immediately go, okay, abandoned, derelict, creepy, haunted. Perhaps your brain is doing some of the work. That's the fun of film. And because you're an active participant in it, right? And I feel like it's so beautiful. The way Enter the Void is done, where it taps you into this universal human experience. I sound like a cult or something. This is so ridiculous to try and say out loud, but it's fun, right? This media analysis. It's so fun to have a discussion and talk about, right? The film is an assault on the senses, as most Gaspar Noe films are. The whole thing is like 3 hours of fucking strobe just coming at you. It really lulls you into a trance and makes you just go along for the ride, fully immersed in this escapism, better than I've ever experienced, which is, I believe, inspired by this old thing called a strobe show, which I think would make a lot of people really sick, where in the early days of cinema, they would just sort of play constant strobe and see what happens. You know, it's like a hypnosis thing or a high, I guess. And that's really fucking awesome. And that's what he uses with a story, with this unique perspective to create a one-of-a-kind cinematic experience. That is why Enter the Void is one of my favorite films of all time. Finally, the biggest reason is because I had never in my life, when I first saw this, I think it was a couple years ago, and I had never in my life experienced a film that after I saw it, it completely changed the way I view the world. And I'm not just talking subconsciously, I mean like, I pay attention, you know, like the things you focus on, I often focus on a thing. And after I watch this film, I have a wide-angle lens kind of view. The only other film that does that for me is Terrence Malick's Tree of Life. And I really love that feeling every time. I really feel like I'm seeing more of the world, if that makes sense. Like, it makes you feel really here and really human. And every once in a while, it's like an acid flashback or something, where I'll be on a canoe on a beautiful lake, and I will start to go like, whoa, and the world becomes a wide-angle lens, and that's all thanks to this film. And I've never had a film like legitimately physically change my life this much, and I love it. It's great. I'm hoping to do more of these, so I guess we'll see where they go. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely rest of your evening.